Hello and welcome to the presentation on the surface area of a triangular prism. If you haven't done the do now, please go into the Google Classroom and do that. Today we're going to be learning about how to calculate the total surface area and learning what a lateral surface area is and calculating that as well. Your homework is Edpuzzle, and then there will be some practice problems as well now that we're on the AB schedule. Okay, let's explore this a little bit. We have a triangular prism. This one's laying on its side, and we have certain things that we need to use terminology for. So these triangles at the end are called the base. So in a prism, remember that the sides are all rectangles. So you name it by its base. In here, these are the sides, and these are also called the lateral face or the lateral side or the side of our prisms. So usually a base is considered to be on the bottom, but in our case, the base is the defining polygon. Okay, let's take a look at this. Now, if we were to pull this apart, we have on the bottom right here, we have a 3-inch side right here of our right triangle. So we also have one right here. So these two sides are the same because by nature, a prism has a rectangles as its side. So in our picture, here is our side. There's our 3, and there's our other 3. In order for the sides to match up, that means that this also has to be 3. So when we fold this back up into this net, this is called a net, and we fold our net back up, these two sides have to match up. So we can say that this side, this side, this side, and this side are always going to be the same. So if we take a look at this again and look at the other, we can use the same process. So we have the side length 4, which in our picture is right here. Side length 4. So in our side length 4, we are looking at that this is 4, and this is 4, and this is 4. They all have to match up, and this is 4. Okay, and then in our picture, we have 8 right here. So our middle side lengths would be 8. So this is 8, this is 8, this is 8, and this is 8. So these are our pictures. So we'll call this, we'll put some values on here. This is 3. So we have some patterns that we can put in place. Now we can separate this and open it up as a net. A triangular prism will always have 2 triangles on the top and the bottom, and it'll have 3 rectangles in the middle. So how do we calculate the area? So in here we have this should be an 8. So in here we have our values to find this. So the value of our figure 1 is length times width, which is 24. The middle part here, remember this is also 8, so 8 times 5 is 40. And then this is 8, and we have another 8 times 4, which is 32. Our triangles, the area of our triangles is 1/2 the base times the height. Remember, this right angle symbol connects our 2 things that we need to multiply together. So the area of our triangle on the bottom is 1/2 and then 3 times 4, which gives us 1/2 of 12, which gives us 6. So this is 6. And the other one on the other side is also 6. So our total surface area is 24 plus 40 plus 32 plus 6 plus 6. And that adds up to 24 plus 40 plus 32 plus 12 gives us 108 inches squared. So I'm going to show you another way to be able to do this. Did I give you the second one in here? No, I gave you another problem. Okay, so there's a second way that we can do this. We can label our sides of our triangle, the sides of our triangle. So taking a look at these values right here. So, well, I'm going to call them A, B, and C. So we have 3, 4, and then we have this one right here. That's a 5. So we find the area of the triangles, which is the same way, 1/2 the base times the height, which is our 6, like we did over here. And then the sides, another way you can do this is you can say the area, the total is 6 plus 6 plus side length 3 right here times 8 plus 4 times 8 plus 5 times 8. 108. So this is area of the base, one side times the height, one side times the height, one side times the height to give you your total. There are two ways of doing the same problem. Let's take a look at this one right here. We have another right triangle prism. In this, so we have a triangle prism. So the triangle, the base is a triangle. And so therefore, we have to find the area of the base and then area of each triangle, or each rectangle on the side. So let's see what that looks like when we pull that apart. So in here, we have our triangle. This is our base right here. And then this is each of the sides. This is 1, 2, and 3, each one of the sides. So you can pull it apart and find a composite figure. This is a net, which makes a composite figure. So when we're doing this, the other way we can do this is we can find it by each of the nets. So let's go back into our picture right here. So the area of the base is 1/2 you could say the bottom too, base times height, because that's the area of a triangle. 1/2. Our two numbers that we multiply together are right here. There's our right angle symbol. So even though we have this 5 here, we don't need it for the triangle. So if we were to look down, if this is 3, then this must be 3 up here. This is 4, this must be 4. So the area of the base is 3 times 4. Again, that's our 6. We're just we're using our same process. So the area total is the area of one base plus the area of the other base plus the sides. Now the sides are A is 3, B is 4, and C is 5. So we're going to have 3 times our height plus 4 times our height plus 5 times our height. So we have 6 plus 6 plus 18 plus 24 plus 30 gives us our total. So 12 plus 18 plus 24 plus 30 gives us 84. I'm going to check that one more time. 12 plus 18 plus 24 plus 30. Yeah, 84 meters squared, because we're only finding what we would wrap our right triangle with. We're only finding the area of the sides, not of anything inside. If we were finding inside, we would be finding volume. So let's take a look at what that looks like right here. So the area, so this is 6, means this side length is 6, this side length is 6, this side length is 6. So finding each one of these triangles, 3 times 6 is 18, 5 times 6 is 30, 4 times 6 is 24, and then the area of our top and bottom is 6 and 6. So we have 6 plus 6 plus 18 plus 30 plus 24. So you can do it either way by opening it up into a net. That's what this is called, is a net. And then we can view it as a composite figure. All right, let's take a look at another one. Okay, this one is not a right triangle prism. Okay, so we have in here a, looks like an equilateral triangle. So if we do that, see we have our congruency symbols here, so we know that they're all the same. Now, this value comes down here. We need to remember that when that comes down, that is our height. That's our height. So we're just looking at the area of the triangle differently. So if we were to open that up, this is what it would look like. We would have our height right here. That's our 6. And our height right here is 6. This value here is 3. Oops, let's change our color. This value here is 3. This value here is 3. And that's the total length of the line. And then this is, if this is 6.18, then this has to be 6.18. And this side also is the same, so 6.18. This also has to be 6.18. This also has to be 6.18. This has to be 6.18, 6.18, and 6.18. They're all the same. So the value going across here is 7, 7, 7, and 7. Okay, so we have 3 figures. So let's see if we can simplify this a little bit easier using our pattern. So the area of the triangle base is 1/2 the base times the height. Now remember, we talked about the right angle symbol tells us what we multiply together. So we have our height is our altitude, which is 6. Our base is the total length across, which is 3. So 1/2 of 18 is 9. So the area of one triangle, just one, is 9. So what are our side lengths? So I'm going to just call them A, B, and C. You can call them whatever you want. You can use your initials. And then if you want, so one side length is 6.18. And we're not talking about what's in the middle. All we need that value for is just for the triangle height. The one side is 6.18. The other one is also 6.18. And the bottom of our triangle is 3. Our height of our prism is 7. Okay, so the area total is our area of our base, 9 plus 9 plus 6.18 one side times our height, which is 7, plus 6.18 times 7, that's the other side, plus 3 times 7. We add that up. So we have 9 plus 9. And 6.18, excuse me, 6.18 times 7 gives us 43.26. So we have 9 plus 9 plus 43.26 plus 43.26 plus 21. And this just happens to be the same because of the fact that we have an equilateral triangle, or excuse me, an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle, 2 side lengths are the same, not 3, 2 sides. Isosceles triangle, we can say that we can put some information in here, but it's the same process. List the sides, multiply them by the height. Side A, B, and C, and our total comes to 125.52. Centimeters squared, because we're just doing area. Okay, so let's take a look at this right here. We are putting this in here, so we have 7 times 6.8. That's our 42. Change colors. This is our 43.26. Sorry, 43.26. 7 times 3 is our 21 area. This is 43.26. This one is 9, and this is 9, and we're going to add them all up together. All right. Okay, so here's the pattern that we're looking at. We're putting together the pattern. Pattern is that we're looking at finding the area of the bases of the triangle, and we're going to multiply them by 2, front and back. 9 plus 9, or 2 times 9. Either way. So you find the area of the bases and multiply by 2. Second, you're going to list the sides of one base of the triangle and the height of the prism. That's our A, B, C, and H. We're just listing them on the sides, A, B, C, and H. We're going to multiply each side of the triangle by the height. 3 times 7, 43.26 times 7, that idea. And we're going to find the area of each face or side or lateral side. And then we're going to add them all up. We add the bases and the faces together to get the total surface area. If we wanted only a lateral space, that's just the sides. It's just the sides. Okay? All right. We have some practice problems, so have at it. See you.